Evolutions are one of the main parts of Ultimate Team in the FC series nowadays, so if you are newer to the game and you don't quite understand all of the elements to it, hopefully today this video will give you the information that you need. We're going to look into how evolutions work, the different types of evolutions, the limits to them, what you can achieve, and hopefully everything in between. If you still somehow have some questions after this video, leave them in the comments and myself or someone else will hopefully be able to help you out. So, brief introduction, what are evolutions in Ultimate Team? Well, they are a way of upgrading cards that you already own. So instead of having to open some packs or do an SBC or do anything like that in order to obtain a player that is better than your current ones, what you can do is you can place a card into an evolution and you can upgrade it. That means if you are building a team based on like a past and present Leicester City team, for example, I can get upgrades for these cards that otherwise probably won't really have any better versions throughout the year. And suddenly, by the end of the year, you can end up with 99 rated cards, even if you support a League 2 team. It's a fantastic part of the game, and let's get into how it all works. So the three core pillars of evolutions are, you need to select one, okay? So you assign a player from your club to a chosen evolution that features the upgrades that fit your needs for your club. Then you have to complete objectives with that card in order to upgrade it and earn that level up for the evolution. Once you have completed those tasks or objectives, you can claim your rewards and you have an upgraded card. So at the time of recording, this is what the evolutions page looks like. And you can see there's a few tabs at the top here and a lot going on. Some of these you can see are costing coins. Some of them don't have that logo next to them. So let's go through it, and we'll use this Cover Athlete Evo as the explanation. So this one is coming in with a cost attached to it. Some Evos are paid evolutions, others are free. As you can probably guess, the paid evolutions normally give you bigger stat boosts and greater upgrades to your players. So this one right here costs 30,000 Ultimate Team coins or 500 points. So throughout the year, you may need some coins in order to be able to do these Evos. And if that is the case and you haven't quite got enough, you might want to head on over to Loot Bar. By far the cheapest place to get your coins on FC26 on all platforms, 10% cheaper than others and delivered in as fast as half an hour. Some of your favorite YouTubers are already using Loot Bar, and the reviews are fantastic. And if you use my code BirdieX at checkout, then you'll get a bigger discount on your coins. So go and check out Loot Bar in the description down below. And so early on in the game, paid evolutions can be quite expensive. Later in the game, you will have a lot more coins, and this will be easier to obtain. But this evolution costs you 30,000 coins, and this is the upgrade example. They have put in normal Zoboslai, and the card on the right is what you get after completing this evolution. You can also see underneath me that there are requirements or restrictions to the cards that you can put into this evolution. So you cannot use a player that is higher rated than 83. They have to play as a center attacking mid as one of their positions. They have a maximum amount of pace, maximum amount of positions, maximum amount of playstyles, and they cannot be a specific card type, which is the World Tour Silver Superstar. So if I go into my club, I don't have many options here, but I could choose Hwang Hee-chan to put into this evolution. And so if I do, this is the first set of tasks that I need to do, and these are the upgrades / rewards that I will get for completing part 1 of the evolution. You can see that I need to play 3 matches in squad battles on semi-pro difficulty, or I can play Rush, Rivals, Champs, or live events. You have to be using this player though. You can't just play normal games without utilizing your player. You have to have that evolution card that you have started. It will have that little logo on it at the bottom right that you know that it is an active Evo. That needs to be in your team. And so if I complete level 1, I gain 4 in my vision, 4 in short passing and long passing, 4 stamina, and Playmaker Plus as a role. You may also notice that there's some numbers to the right of the stats that are being gained. So +4 in vision, it has a maximum level of 87. And this is so that you can't just have really low rated cards that maybe have outstanding stats that go into Evos and they end up being 99 overpowered broken cards. They have stat and rating limits in a lot of these things. Once we have done part 1, we will go and claim that level. You need to do this before you get onto level 2. Once you have claimed it, you unlock the next level. So what do I need to do in this one? I need to win 3 matches in very similar scenarios. And in this one, I don't gain any pace, as you can see, because the maximum that this boosts it up to is 80. I have 81, therefore I can't gain any more. You sometimes will have evos where every single person that fits into the evo will gain stats in every position. However, in this one, we saw that the max pace was 86. So there are going to be lots of cards that come into this evolution that just don't gain any pace, but they can still fit into it. We gain long shots, aggression, relentless, and we also gain a centre mid position as an alternate position for my player. So we claim that one, and then we go on to level 3, and you will see that here, we have to do 2 different things. So one is play 2 matches and the other one is win 2 matches. In this example, these things will happen at the same time, whereas others might be win 5 matches, score 10 goals, get 20 assists with your player. That may not particularly happen within the same amount of games. So you need to be on the lookout of what you need to do, especially if it requires you playing in different game modes or on different levels of difficulty in squad battles. And in this one, again, you can see that I gain some more stats and I also gain another role for my card. And you can also see that card design has updated for my player down below. One thing that has not been mentioned that you should also note is these evos do not last forever. If you could look in the bottom right, in the bottom left, you will see that it says get within 9 days. That means you need to submit a player into this evolution if you want to complete it within the next 9 days. And when it says expires, it basically means that is how long you've got to complete the evo. So if I put this Hwang Hee-chan into the evolution today, I would have 16 days to complete it. Basically, the standard is that you have 1 week after the evo disappears in order to finish it. So 1 week after you are unable to submit a player into the evo and that expires, that's how long you've got to complete it. So even if you put someone in with 2 minutes to go, it's not as if you have to complete the evo within 2 minutes. You get a week to do it by standard. Now here's just another example of an evo. This is in the standard section and this one is called Passing Prodigy. This one is very expensive for a paid evo. It's 10,000 coins and you only gain +1 passing, which is interesting. But a notable thing is you will see under where it says Passing Prodigy at the top, repeatable 2. This means that this evo can be done twice. So you can potentially put 1 player into the same evolution twice, or you can put 2 different players into it if you like the look of it and you're having a tough time deciding on who you want to evolve. But let's look at a free one. So this is Intro to Evolutions, and you can see once again we have requirements that we need to meet. So this player cannot be any higher than 81 rated, and it cannot be one of those World Tour Silver Superstar cards. And this one gives you a small pace and shooting boost. Really, really easy, and it's free. Now, there is a tab for your evolutions. Once you have started some evos, then this will fill up with any and all cards that you are currently in the process of evolving. You can switch between which ones are active as well. One big thing to note, if you buy the Ultimate Edition, you can evolve 2 players at the same time. If you have the Standard Edition, you can only do 1. Later in the year, they may increase the amount that you can do at the same time, but the Ultimate Edition will always stay 1 extra slot ahead. For example, if in January they make a change so that Standard Edition players can evolve 2 players at the same time, Ultimate Edition owners will be able to do 3. We have a rewards tab. These ones will often be obtained from things like packs, from the season pass, maybe from objectives. If you do things in champs or rivals, you may obtain objective-based evos that will go into the rewards tab. These work exactly the same. It's more just a method of how do you obtain the evolutions for your club. Cosmetics are slightly different. These are evos that 99% of the time don't actually improve the card, they just change what it looks like. So the examples here, we've got a rare gold embellishment, and as you can see, it changes the design of this gold card, and you can put any gold rare into it Maybe you've packed someone untradeable that you really like from your favorite team, or they're a really good player, like you packed Mbappe. You want to make him stand out, you can put him into a cosmetic evo. And the same with the Team of the Week embellishment. Another big thing to note: any player that you put into an evolution will become untradeable, whether they were or weren't when you obtain them. If you go and buy some player off of the market and then put them into an evo, they become untradeable. So be wary of that if you go and spend a lot of coins on a card and you want to improve it and then you go to sell it later on, you will not be able to. And the last tab that you have got to note is Training Camp. This was introduced last year and we got a few examples of it, but it feels like EA are really going to push it further this year. Training Camp evos are very different for two reasons. One, you can't actually start them on your console. You need to do this on either your mobile companion app or on the online web app. Why that is the case, we're not sure. Whether that will change in the future, we do not know. But as it stands, that is the only way to submit a player into it. So what is the other difference, you might be wondering? Well, if you submit a player into a Training Camp evo, instead of completing objectives with that card and tasks and things like that in order to upgrade it, it's getting trained over time. So if we look at this example, it says training time 1 day. So as soon as you submit this example of Keating into this Training Camp evo, 24 hours later, that card will have upgraded. You can claim Training Camp evolutions on your console, but you just can't start them on there. So the first big one of those that we have got this year is called Striker's Rise. This is a 4-day training time. However, each day it upgrades a percentage and you need to claim that and then it will go into the next stage. So you can take a silver 74 rated all the way up to an 83 rated, but you have to submit them into this. And a big note is also you cannot use that player whilst they are going through the training camp. So in this example of Brugui that they've put into this evo, they wouldn't be able to use that card. It will still appear in your squad, but it will be unable to actually go into a game and use it until that evolution is done. These evos will range throughout the year. Some of them will give you massive boosts, some of them will be really expensive, and some of them will be more incremental to give you small boosts to just increase those players a little bit. Also, the maximum ratings and stats that can go into evos increase as the year goes on, so you can't put Mbappe into an evo at the start of the year, but in a few months' time, he might fit into something. And it's in order to try and make things balanced and bring lower cards up towards Mbappe, rather than making Mbappe just even better. So if you have any more questions, leave them in the comments, but that is going to be it from me. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.